Can we get a Matrix glitches thread? I've lurked in a few but never posted because I'm awful at green texting, but I have a couple of stories that I'd like to share. Me 26. Live in Pacific Northwest. Work overnight shift at a convenience store on the outskirts of my rural town. Boss is a laid-back guy and lets me smoke weed on shift. Store is a single shop on a quiet road facing a large field. At night if you look out the windows it's pure darkness, the only thing you can see is the lit interior reflection. Few nights ago, sitting behind the counter watching Star Trek TNG at around 2:30 a.m., get up and walk towards the door to step outside for my smoke break. Door won't budge. Literally won't open. Grab the keys. Lock won't turn in either direction. Pull and push on door with all of my strength to no avail. Try to look out windows and they're pure black. Can't see out of them, no reflection, extremely cold to the touch. Freak out. Run behind the counter to grab my phone. Completely dead. Try landline. Completely dead. Start to feel an overwhelming sense of dread and anxiety. My chest feels tight, I can barely breathe. Run to the back room to grab the bat we keep in case tweakers come around. In that single instant, mere moments of me stepping into the back room and back behind the register, I feel as though I've been grounded in reality again. I look out the windows. The reflections are back and I can faintly see out of them. Slowly approach the door and try to open it. Opens as it usually does. Go outside and smoke my joint. Come back inside and check on phone and laptop. They're both on. Time says 4:30 a.m., 2 entire hours passed in what felt like a brief 5-minute panic attack. Finish my shift and don't talk to anybody about what happened. I'm not really sure what happened or what I experienced. I think I might have accidentally slipped in and out of some kind of pocket dimension, but I can't say for certain. What I can say is that I never want to go back. Aussie here. Here's ones I remember. Living in small town. Go for a walk in evening with mate. On the way back we stop on a bridge. Spot a fuck-off massive gorilla-shaped shadow squatting in the ferns below us. It aggressively raises its arms at us. We run. Me living on farm. On foothill of mountain. I am sitting in car chatting with GF. See giant stick figure sprint from behind a coconut palm. Dismiss it as a trick of the light. 2 days later, my mate comes up to me and tells me about the exact same tall skinny hunched over creature he saw the night after me. Me in a car driving through Tasmanian wilderness at night. I shit you not. A chimpanzee peeked out from behind a post. Me driving through Queensland wilderness at night. Suddenly a glowing ochre-colored shadowy figure, like a shadow man with big bright eyes and a striped aura, appears in the road. I drive through it because no time to swerve or brake. Sends violent cold shiver through my body. Me walking to toilet one night. See my mate peering through the window outside the toilet. He is grinning and asks me to let him in. I realize we are 2 stories up and it cannot be him. Have a violent seizure and black out once it realizes I realize the deception. Me. Staying on mate's farm. Walking over to my outdoor sleeping area. Something human-sized in the darkness scurries away and makes high-pitched yoo sound. Also have heard yowies howling in the hills. Me meditating at water hole. See strong image of old aboriginal pygmy man in purple robes holding a staff with a large golden eye on top. Later a kookaburra steals my lunch. Kookaburra has the exact same symbol on his eye. Too late for that. He's already been affected by outside influence, and regardless I have a strong feeling repressed memories are more likely just as much imagined as a fever dream. I had an experience like this but a bit different. I'll try to indulge in green text formatting but it is legit. Me, 7 years old. Wake up in a cold sweat in bed. Night lights are off for some reason. Terrified of the dark. Completely silent. Panic. Jump out of bed. Door is closed. It's always left open. Try to open door. It's locked. Door doesn't have a lock. Won't budge. I twist and turn the knob, push and pull, just in case I am doing it wrong somehow. Panic x 20. Start beating on the door so hard I'm sure I'll break the door and my hands. Scream for help while smashing the door. I feel a presence next to me in the pitch black room all along. I slump in front of the door after what feels like banging and screaming for 10 minutes. Give up, defeated. Crawl back to bed looking straight down, on all fours, not wanting to see what's there. Wrap covers around my entire body. Pass out from terror and exhaustion. Me, 28. Visiting a friend in Texas. Driving around Houston shopping for a cookout. We get to a red light at an intersection and there is a homeless couple panhandling. Girl is young, probably not even in her 20s, extremely skinny, dyed red hair and filthy. Guy is older, probably late 20s, early 30s. They're holding a sign but can't make out what it says. They have a grocery cart with a plushie tied to the front kinda like a holiday wreath on the car and a box of off-brand soda in the bottom part. Light turns green and we drive away. Can't say for certain but we drive for about 6 or 7 miles and end up in a completely different part of the city. Reach another red light at a different intersection. Same homeless couple panhandling. Same people, same features, same cart with the same items. We've been driving in the same direction for the past 15 or 20 minutes. No way they could have made it here from the previous intersection on foot. Mentioned it to friend who's driving. Sorry bro, I didn't notice. Never see them again. I'm aware that this could have a perfectly logical reason behind it but it's weird enough for me to post here. I shared this story on another thread but now I feel it deserves a thread of its own. Me. Getting into esoteric spirituality as a late teen. Attempt to summon Dantlian since I wanted to get laid and he seemed like the best Goetian option. He repeatedly mocks my habits towards women and how I talk to at least 7+ at the same time out of insecurity. Ask him to get a chick to sleep with me. Suddenly fattest girl in the school is sending me love letters. Months pass by of me asking him for this chick at my job. He gets me the autistic kinda chubby Spanish co-worker I moderately flirted with. Now in university. Stopped contacting him after I grew older. Go back because I'm really down bad for this rich lassie. Genetically dysfunctional Korean immigrant asks me out instead. See him in my dreams laughing at me. See my co-worker I wanted to bang out with 6 feet 2 inches Chad the next day at the mall. He laughs even after that night and calls me all sorts of things. Fuck this motherfucker. I even went to a priest to get rid of him and it apparently did not have much effect. Me, countless in white robes from Revelation. See myself as pitiful, weak, blind, and dumb if I'm rich and pursue charity, blessed artifacts, and solidified assets if I want to be a good person. Sounds pretty good. Solidify into dividends or bust is moral? Yes sir. Not rich though. Be a drunk who only makes enough money to keep up his habit. God said it's gonna hurt, but I get into heaven anyway and that's the victory at the end of the rainbow cause I'm still a pacifist altruist. Fuck son, let's do it. God condemns the people that don't love people like they love their virginity and forsakes the people who forsake the importance of their virginity and the romance of it. God never condemned me for my first girlfriend leaving me because I never cheated on her, but told me that I didn't treat her right and so I've improved on myself since then. He said he didn't condemn me because she left me and didn't come back, same with my other exes that cheated on me. God condemns the sinners that are non-sinners except for their tolerance of adulteresses and porneia, i.e. spirit rape and orgies, in their homes, and tells them to just retire and hold on to their savings. Too poor to afford a home and too poor to retire, but don't tolerate a bitch? Got it. God condemns the people with powers that he's given that don't remember that they have them forever and can sin with them, because all they need to do is believe. Believe I have superpowers and I can't use them wrong? That's the one I struggle with the hardest because they're all invisible, but I'm gonna do my best. Reward is deific patronage from God and getting to literally walk in his footsteps. To power in heaven they will walk with me and I will walk with them, dressed in white. Some people are just gawboys and they go to heaven, but God reminds them that they'll be poor as fuck if they stand on the sidelines forever. Being poor as fuck essentially means no one wants to give you gifts and some even refuse. Be me. Can communicate to YouTubers through their YouTube videos. Watch introverted cartoonist. Mention that their cartoon is very, very sexy. Antichrist spirit shows up and says he'll rape me with cocks for her if she wants. She says yes. It works. Stop watching her video and vow never to return. Forget about her a few months and come back. Antichrist spirit gave her a gift to do this. Decide to flirt with her. She responds eventually by flirting back. We fuck. She actually falls in love. Why are women like this? Okay, here's a true story that people never seem to fully comprehend was real. Be me. Wake up to candlelit room in middle of night. Something looks like the sleeve of a Luftwaffe greatcoat is floating over my face. Vision comes into focus. There's an invisible specter wearing a blue wool cloak floating over me. Its hand is in my face. I annoyedly grab its wrist to push its hand away. Feels skinny, rough and cold, like if an old lady had frog skin. The specter jumps with fright when it realizes I am awake and have just touched it. Specter disappears into thin air. I get electrocuted. Punch wall because the mass of the specter suddenly disappeared as my hand was pushing against it. Be me a few years ago. Couch surfing at new friend's house. Suddenly awake driving their pickup truck through countryside. See flying saucer landing at a livestock shelter by side of the road. Pull over and go to investigate. Two witches get out, like classic old hags with ragged old Victorian-era clothes, feathered hats, satchels. They're accompanied by a big brown horse. Begin speaking to the witches as though I am informing them of some sort of news. I pat the horse. Horse's head begins twitching when I touch it. Suddenly horse's face melts away revealing it to be a disguised gray. It puts its face up to me and makes me black out. Anyone else experience this? On a side note, are grays actually birds? They got weird bird claw hands and beaks.